1 in 3 gladiators died in the arena. They knew this. They went anyway. This is what it felt like. The crowd above you sounds like a god demanding blood. You are Roman. Your god is the god of war. You wonder if this is how Mars sounds when he demands sacrifice, when he demands blood. And in Rome, when Mars demands blood, the Romans listen. You are 40 feet below 50,000 people in a tunnel carved from stone, lit by torches, thick with the smell of animal dung, smoke, and blood that never fully leaves the walls. Above you, through the wooden floor of the arena, the crowd is still roaring. The animal hunts ended an hour ago. Lions from North Africa, bears from the Atlas Mountains. You heard them die through the stone. Then came the midday executions, criminals killed in the arena, while the crowd ate lunch and barely watched. Romans treat death like an intermission. Now it is afternoon, the gladiator's hour. You were not born to this. 3 years ago, you were a soldier captured on the Danube frontier, marched to Rome in chains, sold at auction before the sun was fully up. The man who bought you inspected your teeth, squeezed your arms, looked into your eyes. He paid 14,000 sesterces. You became his property before noon. His name was the Lanista. His school was the Ludus Magnus, the great gladiatorial training school, built directly beside the Colosseum, connected to this very tunnel by an underground passage. You would learn every stone of that tunnel. Your first weeks were not combat. They were something worse. Waiting. 3 men to a cell. A bucket in the corner. Barley and beans twice a day. Every day. Because barley builds muscle and muscle is money. The gladiators had a name for themselves. Hordearii, Barley Men. You learned that word before you learned Latin. Training began on a wooden post, a palace, driven into the ground in the practice yard. You struck it until your hands bled. They healed. You struck it again. The doctors, trainers, every one of them a former gladiator watched everything. They were deciding what kind of fighter you would become. You became a murmillo. Heavy shield, short sword, full armor. Your enemy in the arena is almost always a Thraex, lighter, faster, with a curved blade designed to find the gaps in your protection. You trained against the same man 200 times before your first fight. You knew every move he had. That was the point. Your first fight was not here. It was a smaller arena in the provinces. 3,000 spectators instead of 50,000. You remember the light when the gate opened, the sudden, violent heat after the dark of the tunnel. The sand more compact than you expected. The noise hitting you like something with weight behind it. You won. The man across from you raised his finger after 7 minutes. The crowd voted for mercy. He lived. The Lanista was pleased. A gladiator who survives is worth more than one who kills. You ate well that week. Since then, you have fought 11 times, won 9, lost once, 2 broken ribs, a gash across your left arm that the medicus spent 3 hours stitching in the chamber beneath the arena they call the sanitarium. One fight ended in a draw. Both of you two, exhausted to finish. The crowd restless. The editor stopping it before the spectacle lost its shape. You have become something you never expected. Famous. There is graffiti near the Ludus Magnus with your name on it. Women send messages to the guards asking to meet you. Senators who would not sit at the same table as you are happy to wager money on whether you live or die. Rome is strange that way. Around you in the tunnel, 100 men prepare. Some are silent. Some are praying to Mars, to Nemesis, to whatever god they carried here from wherever Rome found them. One man across from you, Hordearii, who has fought 43 times, is eating a piece of bread. He eats before every fight. He told you once he refuses to die on an empty stomach. You think about that more than you should. Here is something no one tells you about the moment before the fight. It is very quiet inside your own head. Everything around you is loud. The crowd, the machinery grinding in the walls, the animals in the cages below you, going mad in the dark. But inside, stillness. Your hands are steady. Your breathing is slow. You have been afraid. You will be afraid again. But right now, you are not afraid. The question every gladiator carries, the one you have never been able to answer, is this. How many times can you be ready before one time you are not? The trapdoor opens. Light hits you like a fist. After the dark of the tunnel, the afternoon sun turns the arena white and vast and impossibly loud. You climb the ramp. Your sandals find the sand. You keep your eyes forward. 50,000 Romans are on their feet. From inside the arena, the Colosseum is nothing like seeing it from the outside. The stone walls rise 4 stories on every side, each tier packed with bodies. The emperor's box is draped in purple cloth. The Vestal virgins are in the front row, close enough to see their faces. You do not look. You look across the sand. The gate on the far side opens. He is big. Thrax class, smaller shield, curved blade, faster than you. But this man moves differently from the fighters you trained against. There is something deliberate in how he crosses the sand. He is not performing yet. He is watching you. Good. Serious opponents are predictable. It is the reckless ones that kill you. The referee steps between you. The crowd drops to a roar. You raise your shield. Adjust your grip on the gladius. The fight lasts 9 minutes. In the 3rd minute, his curved blade finds the gap between your shoulder plate and your arm. It bleeds freely. You barely feel it. 3 years of this has rewired something in you. In the 7th minute, you disarm him. His sword skitters across the sand. The crowd explodes. He raises his finger. The crowd makes it sound lower, sustained, different from the fighting roar. The editor looks to the Emperor's box. The Emperor turns his hand. The man lives. Back in the Hypogeum, the medicus is already waiting. He stitches your arm in silence. He has seen worse today. He will see worse tomorrow. You say nothing, neither does he. Tonight, you will eat well. Wine. Better meat than the Barley Men usually see. Some fighters will celebrate loudly. Others will sleep immediately. As if the body has simply decided it has been awake long enough. You will lie on your mattress and count. 12 fights, 10 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. The arithmetic of survival so far. 3 more years of this earns you the rudis. The wooden sword the lanista gives a gladiator who has served long enough and well enough to be freed. Some men fight 20 years and never receive it. Some receive it after 5. You have learned not to count on it. What you have learned, the thing no one tells you when they sell you to a lanista, is that the arena does not define you by whether you die. It defines you by whether you walk out. Every man who walks back through that gate has answered the same question. 50,000 people came to watch answered. What does a person do when the world gives them no good choices? Most Romans who watched you today will go home tonight. They will eat dinner, talk about the fight, mention your name. They will not think about tomorrow morning. When you wake up in your cell and begin again, the sand will be white. It always is. That question I left you with, how many times can a person be ready before one time they're not? Drop your answer below. I read every single comment. If this put you inside that arena hit like, It costs you nothing. And subscribe, because what's coming next makes the Colosseum look like a warm-up.